tower right there that I'm trying to infiltrate right now, you know? Like right in the middle of the city, they have this thing, plummeting smoke, you know? You got these suspicious looking trucks from the hospital university transporting cadavers, I'm sure. But how do we gain access to the tower though? I'll find out. Well, guys, what a strange place to place a tower like that, you know? Very interesting. There seems to be a slightly more patrolled zone, possibly. I'm not sure.
Ja, voll. Und haben wir natürlich auch gefragt, warum sie glauben, dass es so.
The secret espionage headquarters. Possibly somewhere in this area. You can see the top of the tower right there. Like, I don't know. I need to get access to this place, you know? So far, I'm walking around. There's kindergarten on one side. This building right here on the other side. What is that? Carl Stoer's endoscope. Nah, that's something else. I want to get access to the grounds here. Guys, I mean, it's right there. Like, what is that? You know, it's like electrical factory, chemical facility, antenna array, hybrid, I don't know. Hopefully, around the corner right there, we'll be able to find the answer to this eternal question, you know? Guys, that's what I should be doing right there, you know? Biking around. A little bit faster than what we're doing right now, you know? This whole walking thing. Bro, like, we're literally walking around the city here, you know? Also, it's getting kind of hot, you know? I'm like, oh, guys, I know why it's getting kind of hot. It's because like, we were on a hamster wheel. We went on a hamster wheel, and that's what got us warmed up here, you know? And not in a good way, because I'm starting to sweat, it feels like. Okay. Guys, Vattenfall, that's literally a Swedish company. Vattenfall is literally a Swedish company. Look. Of all possible entities, we got Vattenfall, dude, operating this thing, you know? Okay, so it's a highly secure area, but I do want to take a closer look at it here. They literally have a ladder going around the place. On the right side there. Like, look. People live here as a hospital. There's a kindergarten around the bend. They literally have 3B here. A block of apartments. And then they have this like a mega stack that if the wind blows too much all of a sudden, bro, you know, they could simulate a massive, physics event here. I'm not gonna lie. What the hell is this thing? Mende. This thing is called Mende, I think. Guys, it feels like we're in the shadow of Chernobyl right now. Like, what the hell is going on here? You know? Literally, they have the gate open right there. You can, like, you know, you gotta be on camera. You can literally walk right in. They have zero security, you know. I mean, they have like one fatso. Sorry, no, one, one person in there, in a shape, looking lovely. But you can like easily outrun them. Very odd. That is very odd, you know. Anyway, I'm not gonna push my luck here, you know, whatever. But it's very interesting. We found out that there's a big chimney stack right next to a kindergarten. You know why not? Guys, in my ghetto area, I mean, actually we do already have a chimney stack, but it's not like right in the middle of the center, you know. Like it's even like in my ghetto area. And there is a chimney stack, but it's like a little bit off to the side, you know? So, in this case, they kind of built around... that's actually not a bad... Guys, it's actually not a bad idea, right? If you build, like, around the chimney stack, then, like, you can really distributed the energy, like, properly, like from the center, like there's small, like, pathways that goes out, like a, like this, like a tree with like various, like, branches, like, branching out. Oh, dude, that's so wicked smart. Wait, I should build a stack in the middle of Stockholm, like erect a stack in Stockholm, and like I'll be crowned in the town mayor, dude, Oh man, why didn't I think of that, Why didn't I think of that? Okay, well, got a lot of good ideas here from visiting Berlin. I'm feeling so inspired to get to work on my become a major in 2032 of Stockholm proposition. Does Stockholm even have a mayor of the city? I don't think they do. I've never heard of a mayor of Stockholm. I don't think they have those. I think they just have a local part of the government doing things, but they don't have like a prime suspect, in charge of the city, as far as I know. So I don't know. Good stuff right there. Anyway, right now it's time to head over to, hopefully at least, let me pull this up in the map here, because at this point we've taken so many turns, so many twists that I'm actually not sure. Oh, maybe, like, isn't that the street that we're on previously? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, we went around that building right there at the very end, turned in, climbed the slide, went to the, bathroom facility. And so that's kind of where we came from. And this whole like side piece right here is a detour in its own, like, in its own respect. So all we got to do now is to kind of backtrack, and then from there really to like hone in on target, which is the Golden Pigeon Monument that we're trying to find here in Berlin City. A game of table tennis, perhaps. Guys, pull out your tennis racket, because I'm going in, boys. Let's imagine, like, guys, by the way, when a ball comes in, you gotta put some spin on it. So the ball comes in, like the opponent serves, boom. From there, it should like land on this half, boom. And then you put like, you don't do this straight. You don't do that. You do arch. See, arch, and then this side right here kind of creates pop, a little spin, and then the ball doesn't go straight like in a line. It goes in an S curve, boys. Oh, that's pro moves right there, boys. That, guys, think about it. That's pro moves right there. I'm telling you, you gotta do S curve, otherwise you're not even playing. You're not even playing table tennis, boys. Wow. Guys, what do you think about these apartment blocks here? Like, I'm not a big fan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan. I'm not gonna lie. The army like stormed the city, and this is what became it. Like, that really is that really, like, does anybody actually like this? Like, because I don't. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of that, dude. Even though my city, my hometown looks exactly like this, even like worse in some ways, like still, I'm not a big fan. And you guys by the way, if you guys don't know, if you're new here, you guys can see my hometown in Lithuania, Visaginas. It's a Soviet-style city, It kind of looks like this, but like even more retro, But I'm not a big fan of like seeing that outside of the area of influence, Like, the thing is, like, you can pull up literally in Czechia, in Central Europe, like the influence of this disgusting style is like so widespread. Even like in Spain, guys, in Spain they didn't even have anything like of that influence, and yet they still built buildings like that. It's kind of crazy, Like brother, like does this like really excite the soul? I don't think it does, Like, I really don't. You'll walk a lot today? I mean, yeah, full part of the journey here. Like, like, if you can pick me up at a nice little Mercedes, S-Class cabriolet, feel free to do so. Like, we'll cruise around the city together, Look at some pretty sights, Whew. Good old tower right there. Mr. Column I said, yeah, these are still back from the GDR time. Yeah. Mr. Column gave me a nice say, like, what, well, I don't know. If you don't want to respond to this question, feel free not to do so, but what do you think of the GDR time? Does it, like, do you think, does it affect you somehow? Do you, like, consider it somehow? I guess you probably weren't born there, or, like, so you can only see the remnants of it, and since you grew up in it, you don't, like, see the perspective, the reference point, or, like, having it there versus not having it there. So it's kind of hard to say, but yeah, interesting. But guys, yeah, I don't know. My biggest question, like I said, is still, like, after the divide, like West and East Germany, they have a bit of a different mentality, obviously, because of the policies in place. But, like, I think before the divide, they used to be like a little more together, like not just recently, like, way back in the day, so interesting. And now, even though they're back together, there's still a divide, like mentally. That's what I hear, at least. The Western mind and the Eastern mind here in Germany, they're not the same. That's what I hear. Black Silverwood said Kappa face, love, heart emoji. Yeah, Black Silverwood. Even in France, you have an area like that. Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's funny that exists. Yeah. I just don't. Yeah, like, I think in principle, I don't think it'd ever look good. I really don't. I don't think there was a time ever when whoever proposed these designs said, like, yo, what do you think about these designs? And they presented like a Soviet bloc. I don't think anyone at any time said, yeah, that looks good. I don't think they did. Because it's just generally, not like on a time scale. Not like on a time, it's just generally a bad design, I think. So, yeah, seeing that, I don't like it, boys. Okay, let's head this way. I think we're heading across the river again. Mishno says, time to do doner kebab. I've been thinking about that, Mishno. The thing is, like, I don't eat kebab. I want to do a comparison. Swedish, kebab versus, like, Germanic kebab. But the thing is, I don't eat Swedish kebab either, so I have nothing to compare it to. The only thing that I purchase or buy is the chicken kebab in a wrapped format. So I can kind of compare that, but that's not the star of the show, So we'll see. Right now we're, like usual, positioning ourselves to go over to McDonald's, I'm not going. There's also going to be possibly going to be a Christmas market visit. What a cool show, We'll see if that can come to fruition, but yeah, I don't know. Yo, Mr. Iceman 7 says, hey, looking for work. Hey, Mr. Iceman 7, what's up? Yo, good to have you here, man. What's up? Look at this little street right here. Guys, this is nice. This is kind of what you expect to see, from a European country. Yeah. Taking a holiday, that's right. Last year holidaying out to Wazoo. Today's the only day that will be streaming. Up until the 26th, I'll be just be like spending time with my family, here in Germany, away from Berlin, in a smaller town, like 3 hours away from here. But today we've got the whole day to ourselves, a buffer day, if you will. And so we're here in the city, walking about, exploring. I've never been to Berlin, it's my first time. And yeah, walking around here, seeing what we can discover. Did you pass through the door? You mean like the big monument with the horse on top? The one? Like with a big street below it? Yeah, if you mean that one, we've been through it, We've been through it. And right now I'm trying to get to the thing that was past that, the monument, like the little, thing. And then there's like a pillar, and on top of the pillar, a golden sits, from RGB lights, boys. What is this? What is that? Aufnung Zeit. No, that's not it. Hamburger Bahnhof. National Gallery der Gegenwart. A gallery with RGB lights. Is that a Nigerian flag? What kind of flag is that, boys? I'm not sure. Good stuff, though. The Brandenburg Door. Yeah. I mean, like, we've been in the city for a couple hours now, and so we're landing right in the center of the city, and so, like walking around a little bit, exploring stuff, this and that. So I think, as far as I know, and don't quote me that because I'm not too good with names, but I think we in fact have been through them, It said Germany only divided because of the Cold War between NATO and the Soviets. Yeah, I know. But it had immense, impact. That's what I'm saying. Adverse impact, I would say, very adverse impact. Judging by the results of, what I'm seeing here in the city. Let's see. Wait, hold on. I think I messed up a bunch of this here. Let me scroll up and chat. Mr. Cullen gave it a Saturday. My dad's cousin got caught when he tried to flee the GDR. He was lucky he didn't get killed because it was for many years. Though, and it only came out because of the reunification. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, that they do stuff like that, Michelle said they used to be all together in World War II. Yeah, sure, but also before that. But also, like, I think it's just kind of weird. I think that stuff is kind of weird. Anyway, take a look at this beauty right here. Glass and steel. This is the main station, I believe, here in the city. We already saw it a little bit earlier, but we're now taking a look at it from a different perspective. Plus, the weather seems to be a little better now, which is nice. What's not better is, well, no, it's fine. The bit rate dropped a little bit. We're all Gucci here. All right. Let's continue, boys. I think, I'm hoping at least that we are on the way to the monument here. If my navigational skills are to be believed. Guys, this looks very much like Hamburg, maybe? Has a very similar, street in Hamburg to this. I remember from a couple of years ago. Guys, look at this. The most neatly stacked patch of, scooters I've ever seen. Guys, can you even ride out if you want to? Guys, I feel like if you want to take a scooter here, you're gonna have to take the one on the side, Like if you want this one, for example, even if you want it, it'll be like a big time struggle to get it out of the pack, It's got stuck in there a little bit, I don't know. Interesting. You gotta go one by one, this and the other, Interesting. I should know I don't have the command running, so it only reports Stockholm, no matter what you input. So I think it's 12 Celsius in this city today, in Berlin. Michelle said you live in a country of kebab pizza, bro, the best Swedish dish. Yeah, I know. It's just there's plenty of choices, available, but the thing is, I don't choose those choices. Like I said, I have tried a kebab pizza, but that's not what Germany is known for. I think, Germany is known for kebab. What is it called? I forgot already, but yeah, the actual kebab. Is it, guys? Is the kebab served on a plate or in a bread? Which one is the actual meal? In a bread or on a plate? Which one is the actual, real, true to life OG, recipe? I wonder. Because I'm not very familiar. Okay. Central Station, boys. Very good stuff right here. Pull up the chatter on the other phone, just in case. All of a sudden, boys, this area seems to be all up busier, you know, than what I said previously. Like someone says, Bretzel, I don't know, German dish. Yeah, you know, I mean, like doner kebab, guys. What is a doner kebab? Is a doner kebab like a bread dish or like a dish, you know? That's what I'm wondering. Michelle said the weather is terrible. It should be under 0 and snow. Yeah, well, maybe. I guess so. Well, guys, if you want snow, you know where to find it. You know, go north, and you'll see snow. You know, there's plenty of it too. You know, there's plenty of snow up north. Guys, by the way, when are they holding the Swedish rally? You know, like every winter, they hold a Swedish rally up north in the snow, known for the tight, weave through the forest with the, crazy, snow barriers. The super, with tires with the spikes, everything. High performance rally racing in the snow, you know. When is that being held? Because every year the VRC comes to Sweden, for performance for a show, So I have it on my agenda to go there at some point, but I'm not sure when. I'm not sure when, I'm not sure how. Guys, what is this? A fresh food district, but it's all like street food. Shiraz is open. Persian street food Shiraz and the thing right there is not even spinning, dude. Guys, I want to go for a ride. It's not even spinning. What the hell? They shut it down because it was consuming too much electricity. Damn. Music said hi. Hello. Music how are you? Music said I like this weather. It makes sunny holidays 10 times better. True, but guys, like I said, the Barcelona style / New York style of climate atmosphere, I would say is the best one. Like, you are getting majority of your days like nice and sunny, and then to go with that, you have a couple of rainy days, a couple of cloudy days, kind of slotted in there too, just for just to average it out, just to make it a little more fun, And so I think that's the best approach, like you have majority sunny days, like not every day is sunny, not every day is nice, but most of them are. Like most of the time you wake up in Barcelona or New York and the chances are it's gonna be a sunny day. Boom, it's a sunny day, it's nice. And then like once a week or like once every once every 2 weeks, you wake up, it's raining, it's cloudy, and you can to do that, learn to appreciate the times when it's sunny and nice, So Bursa has banned the tourism, so no. Well, I don't know how that works. Like they said, guys, when we went to Italy, Venice, what was that, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? They also said the same thing. They said, oh, tourism is banned, you have to pay to enter, but none of that was actually in style, We walked in like usual, we walked around like usual, and like, I don't know. There was nothing there, no issues, no nothing. So, are you at the wall part? I have no clue, guys. I have no map, and I have no information on the city here. So I think I'm next to the Berlin Hauptbahnhof. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm here. And yeah, whatever's close to this place, that's where we are. You can kind of see the university area right there. That's where we've been recently. And the tower, the TV tower, that's where we started actually. I got off the train from the airport at the TV tower right there. I did not know that was the spot. It's called Alexanderplatz. But I literally exited the station, looked up like that, and I saw the TV tower was right there. I was like, whoa. We tried to go in. Well, we didn't try to, but the idea was there. But apparently, it'll set you back 27.5 euro to visit the top of the tower. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing that then. There's a map of your screen. No, that's the thing. That's the mission. No, big distinction here. You have to think logically about this one. The map is on your screen. I cannot see the map. On my screen, there's no map. You know, on my screen, there's no map. You know, that's how it is. That's how it is. So you guys can see it. I can't. You know, so you guys can guide me along because I'm out here clueless, like usual. You know, look at that, BB. Amazing, amazing place. Why walk without a goal? Find things to see. Well, I like doing things this way. Like, you know, I get dropped off in the center of the city and then I start exploring, you know. I like the sense of adventure, the sense of discovery. And then when I run out of things to see, then we can switch over to a different format. But for now, we already have something planned. We're already seeing a couple of cool things without seeing the map, without just like walking around. Natural, discovering things naturally, boys, you know? So, yeah. That's how it is. Maximize the use of our time. I'm just out here for a little bit of fun. It's not that serious, you know. I'm not here trying to maximize my Berlin experience. I don't care about Berlin in the first place. I'm just out here for a quick stopover, you know? So it's all good. Mushy Monkey Club, hello. Yo, why Germany? I'm visiting my older brother and his other family for the Christmas season, you know, and we'll have one step over here in Berlin. So yeah, you know, that's how it is. Black So says you have beautiful skin. Black So, thank you very much, you know. I'm sure you speak as a skin expert, you know. You have beautiful skin also. You're looking gorgeous out there like usual. Hey, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, just walking around, boys. Just go one and said, like you change country in every 6 months. Yeah, that's definitely a way of doing things. I would say the best way to approach things is to have a half and half approach. So like you live in a sunny place. Well, I don't know, like, yeah, for me, I'm always trying to get away from the cold, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. But Mr. Kusakola, don't you have like seasons also? Like, you know, I feel like you get the sunshine in the summer, but you're also getting the winter in the winter. So you're not really missing out on anything, you know, in your location. So yeah, I mean, if you lived on a coastline, it was sunny all year round, and like, oh yeah, I guess you can get like overwhelmed with the sun. You can get used to it too much, and then you have to sort of switch it up a little bit. Well, like in your case, you know, you literally said it was snowing recently in your town. So like, you know, I don't know. Ask for Bretzel Berliner. Ask somebody on the street for that. Yeah, I might do it. Let's see here. Okay, guys, you know, at this point, I'm still trying to discover and see where we end up. But like, I guess that the train lines are running there, so it won't be able to scoot through anything. Sag. But this looks like it does like lead somewhere. Maybe like just around the corner or something. No, I don't know. Bretzel, better buy a gift. Yeah, gift for who? Yeah, I should buy a gift for my wife, boys. You know, like this, what it is. A gift for my wife. We should just go and set 4 seasons. Hottest part is now 15